Alright, hello everyone! How is it going? Welcome back to Nod-Krai! Oh my gosh, so much happened last time. It was really exciting. So we were investigating the murder scene of Sosi, the sergeant major of this branch of the Lightkeepers, and we couldn't figure out why he would be murdered other than some really evil plans at play, because he was just an all-around nice guy. And it turned out that somebody had witnessed Flynn's escaping the murder scene, leading everyone to believe it was him. But we and Nefer, knowing that there is a shapeshifter around, and that shapeshifter might be Rerir, one of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah, who's controlling or teaming up with somehow with the Wild Hunt and up to no good. Anyway, we figured out it's probably not Flynn's, it's probably our shapeshifter here. And we managed to get some intel of where we might find Flynn's and Rerir. We went to the beach where we did a completely horrifying, a genuinely scary fight with the Wild Hunt, because, I do not like zombie stuff at all, or jump scare stuff, and that kind of had both, in the most mild way possible. Like, that's probably the limit of what I can take before I literally get nightmares of stuff. Yeah, scary stuff. We found Flynn's dueling with Rerir. Once again, I was like, who would have thought Rerir would be the first of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah that would appear in the game in person? But Ether saved the day. So brave, so valiant. Thank you saving us, Ether, because I was so freaked out at that point. And we traveled around with Flynn's. We learned that Sosi was just trying to, do some good things in the world, and he wanted to also be stationed closer to his family, but the organization wouldn't let him, because they needed his services too much here, and thus he was murdered before he really got to go and, spend more time with them. So that was really sad too. And most importantly, I'm still feeling bad about predicting his death. I shouldn't feel bad about that, because it's not my fault, but anyway. We were able to investigate more with Flynn's and realizing from some key clues, including with Sosi's mechanical arm, that probably the Sosi we met earlier was not even Sosi. Rerir was already using his disguise powers to pretend to be Sosi back then. I still want to know a timeline of events between the 3 days, between when the engineer went to go look for him versus when we found him murdered. But it sounds like he was imprisoned and then killed when he was no longer needed by Rerir. I guess my question is, what reason would Rerir have to keep him alive and not just kill him right away? Because, or maybe he was already dead for a while and Rerir just put the body there and then escaped as Flynn's when he was already dead. We don't know the details. Anyway, dealing with the Wild Hunt is something we need to do today, because the people here in Nasha Town and on all of Nod-Krai are getting pretty anxious and worried, as one would if, the zombie apocalypse was imminent. And it's further made worse by us knowing one of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah are involved. Some of the most dangerous individuals in Tevat, having caused the cataclysm, which was cataclysmic, as we know. Yeah, definitely something we have to worry about. We don't understand Rerir's motives for doing this. Why appear now? Why this? And what is his connection to the moon? I'm pretty sure his title, Reikir Solnari, while not relating to the moon directly, in like some of the other languages, I believe the title does, in some of the other translations, which I guess are not direct to each other, the title does refer to something about the moon. And furthermore, looking for the moon marrow, looking for the fragments that Flynn's has in his lantern, and possibly fragments that the Wild Hunt would have. There's something about the land of Nod-Krai, the moonlit land, that he's looking for. We don't know why he would be involved with firing the cannon then. Remember, he was pretending to be Sosi, and we repaired the cannon, and he helped with firing the cannon. Why would he help us to repair the cannon if the cannon is destroying the Wild Hunt, which we don't know how desperately he actually would need the Wild Hunt, or if he can just, you know, do all the evil things by himself. More importantly, Flynn's pointed out that he would be destroying the fragments he's looking for that are being carried by the Wild Hunt, that are the same fragments Flynn's has been picking up and he seemed pretty interested in when we were, you know, fighting to the death and all that. We don't know his motive at all. In fact, a lot of the stuff, as far as we're concerned, would actually be pretty counterproductive to the mission as we know it, which means there must be more to his mission than what we know. Alright, that's about where we're at right now. Time to rest. Oh yeah, and we also learned...
So much noise! What's going on this time?
Okay, that's not a good sign. And we also learned that Flynn's is a fae, a magical creature from Snezhnaya. I'm assuming that means that's where some of his magical powers come from, including his ability to hide himself within his lantern, so we just carry his lantern around for him and not arouse suspicion. But also, it seems that he is another of many magical entities we have met who simply wish to live in harmony with humans and protect them and live among them and adopt their ways. We can tell he's a very thoughtful individual, but also has a lot of burdens from his past for sure, but nonetheless wants to be able to help human society. So glad to have him as an ally on our side. And as I said last time, I'm actually not very familiar with that side of the lore, so I'm excited to learn more about it with him. Okay. I hope this does not mean that Flynn's got arrested.
Hey! Where's Flint? Is he here?
This is literally what I'm talking about. Isn't it so suspicious we booked 2 rooms? We almost should have just had him at a sleeping bag on our room. And furthermore, I know this is not canonical, but we were talking with the door open and people in the hallway earlier. I was like, well, what? We booked 2 rooms. We just say Paimon needs a whole room to herself? Why? This is totally... And we're carrying a lantern around with us. So somebody's gonna put 2 and 2 together that somehow we're helping Flynn's lay low by booking a room for him in this hotel. This was such a bad idea. This was a hugely bad idea as far as I'm concerned. Oh, I'm so sorry, Demian.
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting. Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest?
It's true. Zombie apocalypse and all that.
Flint is a Wild Hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive us all! If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be no end to this!
How do you guys... Well, first of all, it's not Flynn's, it's Flynn's, quote-unquote, who is the Wild Hunt shapeshifter. AKA not Flynn's. So you've got that a little bit mixed up. You've gotten that a little bit backwards. I'm more concerned about where did you hear about shapeshifter from? Because we've been trying to keep the fact that there's a shapeshifter around, like, low profile. We've been trying really hard to not talk about that in public. For this reason, which is causing mass panic amongst the locals.
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You want that? Huh?
You know what? Do you think Flynn's just walked out of here? Because we were like, hey, do you need us to carry the lantern out for you? And he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, do you think he just walked out of here, like, casually? In which case, that's not helping the situation at all, when we're trying to help him hide.
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the Wild Hunt too, huh?
That's not how it... There's only one shapeshifter around.
What happened? Did something leak out?
100%, but who leaked it?
But we were so careful last night. How did anyone see us?
Something's fishy about this. I doubt it's because of anything we did. Yeah. I mean, sure, they show the traveler talking out in the open all the time, but that's not supposed to be something other people listen in on unless they explicitly show somebody listening in on us. Somebody else leaked this intel. In fact, I would suspect that Rerir, now losing certain options, let's just say, in what he is able to do without arousing suspicion, I'm wondering if he shapeshifted into somebody else and told everybody there was a shapeshifter around. Which is such a reverse psychology plan, and one that I would think he would not need to use until he was more desperate. But unfortunately for us, I think we might have made him really desperate. Considering the fight we had last time. That's what I'm suspecting at the time. Who else? Because who else could leak the information? We've only told our allies. And by allies, I mean playable characters, which means they would never betray us, literally, by the game's actual story writing and function.
Well, what do you mean?
They clearly know something. Why else are they talking about a wild hunt shapeshifter?
This is so confusing! What do? These people are no match for Flints, but they're super heated
Yeah,
right
I know.
now.
I don't want them to get hurt, because there's clearly a misunderstanding here.
It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain either.
Let's go buy some time. Yeah, what are you gonna say, Ether?
Okay!
Hey! Let us in now!
Calm down!
My apologies. My apologies.
I'm so sorry, Demian.
Hold on! Calm down, everyone!
What in Tevat is the meaning of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the
thank you.
Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest?
Thank you, Nefer. Nefer's always got our back.
Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them thrown out.
And what hole did you crawl out of?
A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness, and to escape from all this talk of the wild hunt, or strange ghosts and phantoms. Who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking louder than any ghoul?
Okay. Unfortunately, insulting them further is not gonna necessarily dispel their anxieties about the current situation.
This is a matter of utmost importance.
Okay.
We've got solid evidence.
Yeah.
All we need now is to confront Flints face to face.
Solid evidence. Give it to me.
Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either, Nefer.
Well, she probably has more intel than you. Okay, what's your solid evidence?
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, they can have their little chat.
Well, obviously Flynn's is not here.
But if they
He's gonna have
don't,
left before
then
us.
they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've caused.
I thought they were zooming in on the wall because maybe his lantern was hiding there. But no, it was just for Nefer to do her thing with her extremely long nails.
Wait, it's...
All right, all right. I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner or later. What a mess.
I mean, this is a difficult situation for Demian, but I do gotta say, he shouldn't. There's no search warrant really here. I guess there's no search warrants in a pretty lawless land anyway. All right, fine. I was gonna say he should probably respect and protect the privacy of his guests, but I'm like, nah. I realize there's no laws here.
Oh, alright then.
Well, I'd say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of yourselves?
Come on, everyone! Move it!
I'm assuming he left already, and that's how you guys even know he might be here in the first place. Dude, it's not like he would leave anything here. It's a hotel room.
No sign of Flint.
Well, wait, they don't know about the fact that he can turn it. He can go into the lantern. Are you guys like what? Like checking under the bed to see if he's hiding in there?
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
That's true. Oh, I guess they're saying that this is because I'm thinking this is the hotel room he books when he's in town and he's not staying here all the time. I guess they're implying this could be his regular room. But I assume they'd let other guests stay in here in between when he's not here, because it's not like he owns the room. It's a hotel room.
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh?
Nefer probably helps Flynn's get out. Oh. Okay, that's a little harsher than I would have gone for, considering this is more of a misunderstanding than a malicious act. But you know what? Don't mess with Nefer. That's the moral of the story. After teaching the group a harsh lesson, Nefer... I love the cheerful music that starts right up again.
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I wasn't sure that was warranted. Like, this is not like the guy earlier that you said you beat up because he was reselling your info. Like, these guys were just clearly confused. But once again, the moral of the story is don't mess with her. Okay.
Yeah. How did they even find us here?
Why are we talking about this in the open? This was the whole problem to begin with. We should go into the hotel room.
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information. Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the Wild Hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces.
Yeah, who told them that?
Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one seemingly was exempt.
Okay, so everybody's throwing each other under the bus, which, once again, I think they're using to highlight all these little things to highlight the culture here in Nod-Krai, which is that having all these different people from different factions and different backgrounds working together in harmony is a really nice thing, but it's not as harmonious as, say, you know, Natlan, where that sense of unity is so strong between all the different tribes. Like, everybody's here with their own interests. Nobody is exempt from getting thrown under the bus here.
And amidst it all, Flintz's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel on the fire in secret.
In fact, I would dare to say Rerir was the one who told them about shapeshifters in the first place.
So, did Flint's make his escape after hearing about this? And that's where I, Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the curatorium, got my chance to shine. While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I alone noticed an opening.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Which was?
Come on, pause. I was just getting started.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left. I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly...
Oh my gosh, wait, they don't know.
behind.
I would have thought as soon as Yehoda got him out of the building, he would appear. But I suppose he's still hiding in the lantern.
Might he intend to come back and get it later?
Oh wait, you guys didn't even get it?
I'm not sure.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. They just investigated the room and there was no lantern in there. I thought Yehoda took the lantern away. You guys, you gotta pick it up as fast as I'm picking up on stuff. You guys are supposed to be experts here.
Well, he's out of harm's way now, so that's not super important.
Yeah,
right?
I'm guessing he doesn't want to reveal his, going into the lantern trick to too many people. But I would have thought Yehoda removed it from the building, right?
Oh?
What Paimon means to say is, we got lots of new intel to share.
Yeah, let's not share it here, Paimon.
All right, then. Yehoda, contact the others. We're going to need all hands on deck. Let's have this discussion over at my place.
Where is the lantern? I'm confused. Did Yehoda take it with her or not? Or did she just leave it in the room, which is really bad? But I don't think that's the case, because nobody found a lantern in there when they went to, so much. Hi, Yenfei. Yenfei's been here the whole day. The other day Skirk was here. I forgot to actually go and talk to her. Okay, Lantern is here.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a Wild Hunt anomaly.
Okay. You know, I actually just thought of another question upon seeing the lantern. Which is... I guess if he is a fae, he can make himself as small as he wants to be. But that means he's in the lantern, and he also filled the lantern with all of those fragments, which are radiating abyssal energy. I just don't think... Once again, it's like, it's one thing to keep the fragments on you at all times. But was it really necessary to put them into the lantern? I guess... Okay, but... Now I'm realizing that's a dumb thing to point out, because if he was carrying them in his satchel instead of the lantern, they would still be on his person while he's hiding in the lantern. I guess there's no getting out of that. I was just gonna say, like, is it safe to be in the lantern with the fragments? Like... But I guess it's no different than how he normally is operating. So many friends!
Is he gonna be okay now that he's on his own again?
Yeah. He's gonna be fine. Maybe he'll even walk through the door right now, mysteriously, without even making a sound from the door.
Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rare now.
Okay.
In that case, Rare shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing him, right? So was all that ruckus back at the flagship just an act of spite? Or what?
Or what is the real thing? We don't know Rare's motive. We barely know anything about him at all. Except some connection to the moons. And being one of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah. And so far, everything he does doesn't make sense for any sort of possible motive we can think of. So, yeah.
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
He's trying to... I mean, what does he have to gain by telling people about the shapeshifters? Other than, once again, chaos and discord.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of Wild Hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate. Some of these must have been Rare's doing. He must have been seeking more fragments.
I see. So when the guy was talking about, oh, either there's some other entity interfering with the Wild Hunt, or some Lightkeepers are not reporting back to HQ, it's actually a bit of both. But it actually sounds like it's more Rare interfering with the Wild Hunt. There's so much to this. Oh my gosh.
This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Soci and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running again? Maybe 'cause that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself?
Flint's mentioned that if the cannon were fired at the Wild Hunt, the fragments would be blasted into oblivion too.
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo repacking has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. For me, test data and their conclusions speak loudest.
Right, and we don't know what these fragments are, so I assume we don't have a ton of test data on their resistance to being blasted.
Oh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves and use Kuvaki to carry out a little experiment?
Good idea. Thankfully we have a certain lantern here.
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
In other words, we gotta destroy a couple of anomalies and collect fragments from them, right?
Oh yeah, that works too.
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major's passing.
Yeah. I guess now that they have the cannon to protect things too, they should take some time to mourn.
Meanwhile, the Wild Hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation under control now.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
Yep. The fragments, the cannon, Kuvaki, Rare, and the Abyss. There must be some thread linking all of these factors together. I know, I want to know so much, so bad. Besides, is getting revenge on Flynn's truly Revier's sole aim? We're missing some decisive connection here, but we're running out of time. I know, right? We are missing key pieces of information we need to understand what's going on. Because it's like we have the spider web outside layer of what we need to know, and we're missing the connect the dots lines.
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently. But I believe we have the capacity to handle it.
Since that's the case, I'd like to investigate something on the Lightkeeper's end one more time.
Works for me. And Neffa and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
Okay.
The Curatorium will handle another.
And we Frostmoon Scions shall deal with the remaining one.
Then we have nothing to worry about with so many great friends on our side. This is so awesome. Already Act 2, we already have such great friends. What's up? What's up?
Huh. Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to see everyone here carrying out a plan together like this.
Yeah.
Never mind you. This is a first for me, too.
It's reminding me of working together with the plan in Sumeru, too, to save Nahida. You wouldn't expect all these people to work together, and yet we work together so well. But I guess it's something special here in Nod-Krai, too, where too often everybody is just sort of working on their own thing. To have such collaboration like this is pretty incredible.
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
If you run into Revier, do not engage him. He's grown much stronger since our last encounter.
Understood.
And we barely were able to... I mean, it looks like he only retreated because he lost interest. It's not like we really dissuaded him that much.
Time is of the essence now. Our foe could make his next move at any moment, so we must stay in contact with one another.
And make sure he doesn't shapeshift into any of you.
Gotcha. Stay safe, everyone.
Like past Nebula reappearing in the place of future Nebula in Avengers Endgame. And we all reconvene.
Huh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lantern left.
Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flynn dropped by already?
Dropped by and didn't even say hello while we're talking about our plan?
Well, considering what you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right?
Go to the Final Night Cemetery to meet with... Oh, that's way... I haven't been up here yet. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, I have not explored Paha Isle at all. Oh. Okay, we're gonna just, you know, steer clear of that. Oh, okay. Please don't make those sounds at me. What is this? Here, you Fatui bots, you go fight the wild hunt for me. I'm busy. Wow. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, we technically went here in the first act, but we actually didn't because I came and I unlocked the I unlocked the Statue of the Seven, and it turned out we'd never even been there in the first place. What is this? Some sort of Kuvaki thing. As much as I'd like to explore, if I am to do this at the pace I want to be doing for the story, the enjoyable pace we're going at, I unfortunately do not have too much time to stop around and look at things at the present moment. Hopefully we will have time to come back here in the future soon enough. Where is it? It's up there. Okay, we can come back later.
The wind rises.
What I'm noticing about Nod-Krai is the sky and all these islands is extremely different. Like from the rest of Teyvat, and... Oh, we can go this way. I was like, do I need Farina for this? But no. So here on Pa Isle, the sky looks like this. This is the daytime sky. It looks pretty scary at nighttime too. But the point I'm making is the sky effects are very different in all these places. What is that? Oh, that's an area not available to us yet. And yet is the key word. Alright. Flynn's told us that he was a fae. I'm not too familiar with their lore, but it seems that they lost their power or were driven out of their homeland. From what it sounds like, what I gather. But he was talking about being in darkness for a long time before waking up and encountering the light keepers here, lending them what little aid he could because he was not at the full strength of his power. Now he guards over the cemetery of those fallen light keepers and has joined their ranks in search of finding a way to live amongst humans and continuing to help them.
No one's guarding this place, just like he said. But, where do we find the information he mentioned?
Hello.
This way. Let's move. We're running out of time.
Okay. What is this?
There you are!
Okay, this is his house.
Let's split up and make this happen. Or not! How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Hopefully they're organized. This might
Difficult, yes. But it is also our most efficient option.
Hopefully he sorted the information so we can narrow down what definitely isn't the right
To
info.
expose the true intentions of this Khaenri'ah, we need to dive into Nod-Krai's history.
Ooh, and that's what we're all about here on this channel.
Hope we don't land on our heads then.
Oh?
Ghost!
What's the matter?
The files suddenly moved by itself.
Yeah, what was that?
Graveyard, right, Flint's? Do these things just happen?
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
I mean, the thing is, that's the thing is with when you have undead like the Wild Hunt kind of zombies, things get pretty scary because they're always these like withered, angry monsters that remember none of their human lives and just only seek to destroy everything. But I mean, in other cultures, like say like Chi-Chi is a zombie too. In other cultures, they don't view the undead in that sort of terrifying way. So this is also a really interesting contrast, is to have like say the Wild Hunt versus, I don't know, Chi-Chi or other ghosts that we've met in other places where, and the thing is, since this cemetery is for the fallen of those that fought alongside Flynn's and the Lightkeepers, I mean, from that sense, I guess what I'm getting at is, do we need to fear these spirits? Only if they become like the Wild Hunt and lose all sense of their self and former memories and who they used to be, then yes. But otherwise, I mean, they should be familiar faces, right? But what was that? Yeah.
Move by itself.
Yeah, I believe you, Paimon.
Hey, come out! Don't scare Paimon like that!
If Linz is saying this is not the work of ghosts, then I do not know. I don't sense anything.
Wild Hunt Phenomenolog?
I mean, that saves us a whole lot of time, but who would help us out in such a way? It looked like it was some kind of Kuvaki thing. So, maybe was it a Kuhenki? Was it our Luonotar friend? Huh?
Hey! Another file's moving!
With a similar title,
Are
too.
we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Yeah.
Really? Hey! Seriously, another one? Okay then. Paimon will read this one.
Thankfully, whoever is trying to help us is very knowledgeable about Flynn's collection here, it seems. Okay, what did you guys find? What have we learned?
Finally finished. Oh, Paimon sure could use a long break from long words now.
Hope she can remember it all.
Please summarize it for me. I have to know.
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale. What about you?
Pretty much the same here.
Paimon as well. Guess that makes 3 of us.
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our files together and give them another look through.
Alright. Paimon will go fetch hers.
You're talking about like larger than normal scale invasions. There has to be some sort of connection between them. Like what makes the magnitude of them so much bigger than normal?
All these incidents look pretty different.
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location.
Oh, that's an important thing to document.
And look. All these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. But why?
Was Rere actively clearing these sites?
Some of these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet, or we would have met long ago.
That's true. He's 500 years old, but we're only hearing about him now. We still don't really know. All Columbina said was he disappeared into the moon's reflection. We don't know what that means. Other than he's only become active again now.
And here's another similarity. Kuvaki in nearby soil completely drained. Could this be important somehow?
Sorry, this is just a cool ether stare. Yeah. Once again, he's looking for moon power, and that's exactly what Kuvaki is.
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces.
Yeah.
We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain.
If the Wild Hunt's power has already been neutralized, why would another large-scale Wild Hunt occur soon after? Yeah. Hold on, let's just go back. What did you say? Kuvaki nearby soil completely drained. So, what you're saying is, with the smaller scale one, the Kuvaki is able to be spent to equilibrate the region. But what you're also suggesting, when I read into Kuvaki has been drained, what I'm reading is there's no more Kuvaki to equilibrate the region if a second attack is to occur, is what I'm reading into this.
Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a Tide Seal Stone's sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail and the situation to deteriorate in such short order...
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
We're so close. And that's the whole part of this quest. It feels like we have the outer frame of a spider web and just need to connect the dots. Like, we are so close. And it's gonna feel so satisfying when we get it, when we put all those puzzle pieces together. The Wild Hunt was not suppressed by Kuvaki. Instead, it became stronger. And Rere wants to use Aino's cannon, the ammo of which is also made using Kuvaki. And he wants the moon marrow, which is pretty much pure Kuvaki. Could it be? He can use Kuvaki? Wait, that would be a big deal. Because we know that the Five Sinners get their powers from the Abyss. If the Kuvaki is a mutually opposed force to... It's pretty much pure elemental energy, which is... I guess that's confirmation that it is the opposite of darkness, which is the Abyss. The eternal struggle of light and dark. He's using the Kuvaki somehow.
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies, should Rere be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead.
Oh my gosh.
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
The Abyss always seeks to corrupt. This is just like the abyssal threat the ancient dragons faced.
What are you referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything. It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
My brain is a little bit... Sorry, I'm trying to put together what you're talking about. But yeah, the Abyss... I mean, I know what you're talking about. It's when we fought Gosoithoth. And Melika blasted Gosoithoth out of the sky, and then we went into the Abyss, into the Night Kingdom, and blasted Gosoithoth into further bits. But what about that suggests that the Abyss... Oh, well... Hold on. The abyssal threat the ancient dragons faced. Yeah. And they and the whole, you know, Kukulkan and the heat death of the universe thing with Lil Buddy. Wait, that's what you're talking about, aren't you? Which is that theory that exactly that the two forces oppose each other. And of course, we don't agree with Kukulkan's plan because the phlogiston would be so powerful it would pretty much destroy everything. In which case, what's the point of it all for all of us simple human beings who cannot enjoy the new universe? It could be that when Kuvaki and abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one. And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale wild hunt anomalies, should Khaenri'ah be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead. If that means... okay. We're going to need to get my brain moving a little bit more here. Khaenri'ah also grew stronger on account of the cannon being fired. So you're saying he can... Which makes sense. With considering how powerful the 5 sinners are, he just takes whichever one is the more powerful at the time. The 5 sinners were known to use the abyssal energy, but if he can use both abyssal energy and elemental energy, then he just takes whichever one is the prevailing force. Thus, he's using the Kuvaki now. This... Okay, and then there's so many... With the prospect of somebody being able to use abyssal energy and elemental energy at the same time, this brings up all these other questions about the whole conversation I was having earlier about Ether uses elemental energy and Lumine uses abyssal energy. And Ether purifies abyssal energy, and it's like he's the antidote to her power. Like... But you're also now suggesting that somebody... And also, remember, Skirk asked us, like, do you want me to teach you how to use abyssal power? And we were like, haha, no thanks. But what you're suggesting is it's possible, in which case somebody who can use both powers, which, of course, it would be one of the 5 sinners. Anyway, there's still a ton we don't know about this. I'm just talking a lot.
Was there a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi and the cannon being fired?
Yes.
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those repairs. Khaenri'ah, disguised as Sosi, left at that point, leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the Lightkeeper's office and set up the crime scene, before heading over to the cannon's target area and absorbing the Kuvaki.
Yeah, you know, there's one other important point here, which is that being able to use Kuvaki is different than being able to withstand a full cannon blast of it. Like, I'm thinking if we put Paimon into the blast zone of the cannon, or us, for that matter. Actually, I don't want to... the reason I say Paimon... Actually, I don't want to say Paimon, because I feel bad, but I also don't want to say us, because there's something about Ether that's always been weird when it comes to magical powers. Any of our other Kuvaki-wielding friends into the blast zone, I don't think they would just absorb the power and get stronger. Now, of course, we can just say, oh, he's one of the 5 sinners, he can do everything. But there has to be a reason why. Why can he absorb such a large blast of Kuvaki, and rather than being, you know, vaporized by it, instead being able to harness it? And if... And that means he's using a cannon blast full of energy right now, which is why he's so hard to fight.
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment I had with me.
Well, clearly more than that. He's probably also looking for the moon marrow. Which we don't know if he knows that we have it or not.
It begs the question. What makes it so special that he needs it so badly?
That's still a mystery. Yeah. I am then guessing it may be obvious, but the fragments are probably also fragments from the Eternal Moon. Just like the moon marrow. The moon marrow is different though, because the moon marrow is like the core of the moon. It's like the heart. But there's something about... There's some connection between those fragments and the moon. Like, so we don't know what disappearing into the moon's reflection even means. That's still a mystery. Okay, I don't want people to know that we're here, so...
That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests.
Oh, well maybe they're executing another search warrant like I told you they might.
I'll go take a look.
No, you should go hide inside the lantern and we're gonna go take a look. Oh? Oh, thank goodness, it's an animal. That was llama.
It's... an ibis.
It's okay. That means it's just llama.
It's carrying a letter! Oh, Llama must have sent it. She can speak to little animals.
Look at that flashy little bug in the background. That's so cool. I mean, I'd love to spend more time here too. I mean, graveyards can be eerie, but nothing's gonna be more eerie than that wild hunt attack we dealt with earlier.
Huh. Let's see here.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nasha Town and is preparing to fire.
Who fired it then?
It is locked on to Star Sand Shoal. Please return to Nasha Town and assist with all haste. Lauma.
That's not good, because last time Aino was the one operating the cannon, right? And she's not there.
That's gotta be Rare-Ear's doing. But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he already fire it once before?
Well, fire it twice, and then he gets to be doubly strong. But you know what? Okay, that's another important point. Rare must be at Star Sand Shoal. But then who's operating the cannon? Last time, he disguised himself as Sosi, so he would know from Aino where the cannon would be fired. Aino was the one who fired it, and he ran over there after setting up the crime scene and probably already murdered the real Sosi and just left his body there. And then I just want to imagine the mental image of this guy being like, yes, yes, with like his arms like raised up high, like to absorb all of this Kuvaki energy. That's really funny to me. Just imagine this guy excitingly standing, getting blasted by this. I mean, in this context, because we know it's not because he's, you know, insane or anything like that. I mean, he is insane, but not in the... You know what I mean. He's doing this on purpose. But then who's firing the cannon this time? Because surely it's not... Unless he's so powerful he can teleport now. It's not like he can go hit the big red button, metaphorically, in the operating room and then rush over to Star Sand Shoal. That doesn't make sense. He must... Unless... Does he have someone on the inside? But who would it be? Who would it be? Who would be helping him? Unless he has another shapeshifter from the Wild Hunt with him. I'm gonna assume he must teleport between the cannon and Star Sand Shoal, because otherwise, like, it's not like something that could be remotely... Unless there's a timer. Actually, that probably makes sense. There's probably a timer. Okay, it's probably a timer, and it's like a camera. He sets the timer, and then he runs over this... Okay. Anyway.
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met.
Is that what we saw, with all the bandages?
If this bombardment continues to increase his strength, he might regain his complete form.
A complete sinner.
Huh? What should we do? There's no way we're getting back to Nasha Town in time.
We're gonna have to get back to Star Sand Shoal, then.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should find Rare, and that's where we'll stop him. One moment. Just let me get this news to Lauma. Nasha Town is in their hands now.
Sounds good. Thank you, little birdie friend.
Fly! Not a moment to lose!
Yeah. Oh, we're teleporting. We can teleport. You think the 5 centers can also use teleport waypoints
You're
too?
here, as expected.
Okay. Purple filter time. Purple filter time. Literal hands crawling out of the ground. Which is one of the worst imagery of zombies ever. Oh, I do not like seeing that figure in the darkness. I thought it was scary to see the flames of the Wild Hunt heads in the darkness. And then their forms slightly appear. No, there's something... Okay, this is kind of cool. When I was just straight at the Wild Hunt, I was genuinely scared. When we were doing that mission, the way they set it up, I was genuinely scared. This... A, the filtering effect is not as intense, and B, I feel like the coolness factor of this encounter is actually overriding the fear. Which is only because Genshin Impact is never going to be as scary as a horror game. I think I'm going to say that really confidently. They're never going to go to that extreme. So that I can confidently say that within the limitations of this game, the coolness factor can totally outweigh the scariness, if only it exists. Otherwise, the scariness is just scary. Alright, cool. Let's do it.
Humans, you never change. Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend nor control.
Do we even know if Ether is a human or not? Now, this might feel like a weird time to bring this up, but it's just if Ether's not a human, then technically we don't have... And if Paimon's not a human, which I'm guessing she's not a human, then technically there's no humans here. But everybody here has a soul like a human's, so I guess it still applies to all of us.
But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
You know, he didn't stop walking when he was talking, which I guess is how people do it in real life, but I was just like, oh, please stop walking towards me. No, this is cool, but it's the glowy outline. This is so scary. Okay. Rakier of Solnari.
You messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna go your way.
Right, we're pretty confident in saying that, but I don't know if our friends will be able to turn it into a different direction in time.
Such faith in your companions.
No. What did you do to them?
But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon? I think not.
Why don't we can just tell them it's not firing on the... Oh, that's the thing. It's been well established the cannon is the protector of Nasha Town. With the cannon firing, people feel safe and they feel relieved. But would it really hurt to just tell them hey, we're not actually firing on the Wild Hunt? Like, what if it was accidentally firing on a merchant caravan? Then the people would understand. Like, okay, yeah, we should probably turn this off. In fact, that would be a good white lie to tell them. We need to turn this off right now. Hey, wait a second, we're here. Why don't we just tell them that we're in the fire blast zone, we need to turn this off. I'm sure they'll understand. At least until we can explain the truth to them.
When all they see is the Wild Hunt surging up everywhere they look, the cannon must seem like their only lifeline.
Not that he looks like this, but he has like the Lord Garmadon color scheme.
This is the truth I have revealed to them.
So that's why you riled them all up. You were baiting them into firing the cannon. Oh! Oh! Because I was just asking, unless he can teleport like we can, there's no way he could fire the cannon and then get to the blast zone if the blast zone's all the way out here. No, you're saying... And then you made this abyssal... Okay, never mind. Yeah, things are pretty dire then. You set up this Wild Hunt area here, and you got people worked up and fearful, especially since they're now afraid of Wild Hunt shapeshifters. they're all riled up now to just fire the cannon at whatever wild hunt thing they see. Okay, then yeah, this is pretty bad for our friends then, because indeed, now there's no excuse. How are they going to convince people to just turn off the cannon? And I guess whoever is operating it up there, which now I realize doesn't have to be Rerir, it can be anybody because they're just pretty worked up right now. They have the whole viewpoint, so they can see where the wild hunt's at, and they can see it's right here. And no matter how much Llama tries to tell them, our friends are over there, he made them angry enough they might be willing to sacrifice us. Uh-oh.
They did this all of their own volition.
Yeah, you tell yourself that.
The zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the weak.
Okay, he has a pretty cool neon aesthetic going on, though. And those zombie hands, like, I know they're not actual hands, but they're crawling out of the energy. Like, it's terrifying.
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aina would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow.
I feel like... I know we don't know, we didn't know we had to do this, but in hindsight we should have locked the door. I know we should have locked the door to the cannon so people wouldn't get ahead of themselves while we were all... That's the thing, there were 3 wild hunt spots our friends all went to deal with. He set it up so we would all be out of Nasha Town so that they would just go in and start up the cannon before they could get back to stop it. Otherwise we'd lock the door and get everybody to just calm down. Let us figure out the situation here.
In their folly, the townspeople will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon. And your kind-hearted, weak companions have not the stomach to deal with them.
Don't call our companions weak.
Not be stopped now.
But I know it won't be, it won't be stopped because I don't think they're going to be able to convince the townspeople to let them through to stop it. This whole time, I mean, the thing is, there's no such thing as filler in this game. I know that's a hard thing to hear, but pretty much every little conversation adds to something. All the talk at the beginning of people talking about how important the cannon was to emphasize for this moment that nobody is going to help us to stop the cannon. Our friends are going to try, but they will not be able to make it through like the entirety of the Nasha Town population to stop it. Even if they tell the people that we are here and please don't blast our friends to bits with the wild hunt. And they can't tell them about Rerir, so they can't tell them that you're actually fueling the true bad guy. Oh, this is such a genius plan. I love the writing in this game so much. Once again, just looking at this guy's design, and I think that's actually really cool. What were the... I don't know if anybody was betting on this, but I don't think people would have been betting that Rerir would be the first of the 5 sinners to appear. He appears before Rhindaughter. Rhindaughter hasn't appeared yet. I mean, she was in the animated short, but like, she hasn't been here yet. This is such an insane interaction we're having here.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself. In that case, before you put us out of our misery, I would like to ask you a question, if I may.
Okay, go for it.
See this fragment? It once haunted your dreams. But now it seems useless to you. What is it exactly?
Yeah, do the evil mastermind thing where since we're gonna die anyways, be vaporized by the cannon, tell us your entire evil plan so that way if we do happen to survive, we know it.
That is my corpse.
Okay, maybe I didn't want to know that.
Sorry, what?
Maybe I didn't actually want to know that.
My body was once torn into countless pieces and hurled into the swirling chaos of time itself. But even so, my life and will were not extinguished.
Because of the curse of immortality. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
He's like a Frankenstein. He's like the Bakunawa. Oh my gosh. Is there a connection between him and the Bakunawa? Probably not, other than the Bakunawa is created by Rhine-Daughter. So we've just been carrying around his corpse this whole time. Okay. But that also brings to mind the sadness of the curse of immortality. Which, I mean, think about, that's why for the captain back in Natlan, to essentially bring about the death paradox with Renova, even though he was able to make it so his soul could die even though his body didn't, essentially by challenging the shade of death and creating that paradox. That's a mercy. Because if you look at the other cases, like say at the Hilly Trails and the Chasm from way back when, like, essentially their body deteriorates until their soul is still there, and even then their soul takes eons to deteriorate too. Here we have the example. His body was torn to fragments and his soul is still around. That's a terrible prospect.
What are you even saying?
Paimon, really? Yeah, this is a cool shot.
Huh. So the terror of the Wild Hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse.
Oh.
I guess they don't call you one of the 5 sinners for nothing.
Oh, so that's... Right, this whole time we've been trying to figure out what the Wild Hunt is. It's an abyssal phenomena not seen anywhere else. Are you saying this is where Revere died and his... You're saying his body fragments are what created... That doesn't make sense, and yet it does. Because why would his body do that other than... Actually, we can't say it doesn't make sense. We don't know anything about this guy yet. But now we know a... ability he has is that when his body was torn to pieces, it allowed zombified humans to take over the land. Oh, okay, let's...
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within Wild Hunt sites across the land.
Oh, okay. Okay, we're getting so many answers here. We're finally getting those connecting the dots spider webs. Before, the Wild Hunt was all chaotic and disorganized because they were just fragments everywhere. But as soon as they started to coalesce into the physical form of Revere, then Revere was able to start directing them and also able to collect them to build his body back. But there needed to be enough of them for him to actually have some kind of physical form in this world. Guys, the details... When everything comes together in this game, it's so satisfying.
But each time, the fragments I obtained were hardly worth mentioning, while that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
First of all, I don't know what to make of that information. I mean, I do. I mean, it's more so the fact that we've been holding on to it this whole time. B, none of this explains what this has to do with him looking for the moon marrow. Other than the moon marrow is the heart of the eternal moon. And C, that's a really cool image of him with his fist and the moon, over the fake moon over it. They positioned that perfectly. They froze the false sky and forced it to stop turning just for this moment.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
Okay. Explain then why it's now useless to you and why you no longer need it.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the turbulent Kuvaki energies and be fully reborn.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you afraid of dying?
Paimon, that's such a dumb thing to say to somebody from khaenri'ah.
Dying? Such power has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my flesh and crush my bones thousands of times and more, but that is of no consequence to me.
Yep, that's what happens when you're a superpowered individual who also has the curse of immortality, I assume.
What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart. All that suffering.
Is that?
Everything I endured. And all for nothing.
Is that what we did? I don't think I really internalized that. We destroyed the... Oh, okay. 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 Now I understand why he's so angry. Now I really understand why he's so angry at us. Why he was angry before. Why he's angrier now. Well, want to go another round then. It's going to turn out the same, you know. Really? You want to be that confident right now, Aether? I'm not sure you should be. Remember, he was only using a fraction of his strength back then. And he's waiting for the cannon to be fired a second time. In which case, we are going to get blasted to bits, and he is going to get all the energy.
I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my strength immeasurably.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. The way they have him and the moon positioned behind him is very artistic. It's also likely not a coincidence.
It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who stand in my way.
Okay. New question then. All of this has been to restore your form. What then? What are you planning to do once your body is complete? And what exactly have we done by preventing the completion of your body? What are you planning to do to this world? If you're one of the 5 sinners, you've already caused enough trouble here.
Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption well before you have the time to kneel before me.
Oh my gosh, that might be one of the hardest lines in this Archon quest so far. That's not what I'm trying to press. I'm just trying to take in the coolness factor of this, so it doesn't have to be scary. Either, remember, cool or scary. Yeah, really cool right now. Unfortunately, as he said, it's not like we're gonna live long enough to see it.
Traveler! Behind you! Look at that light!
A short while earlier. I don't really want to see what's happening here because it's just gonna be our poor friends getting rejected from trying to turn this cannon off. Huh? What is this?
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Its defensive barrier
Apparently
has also
everybody
been activated,
brainwashed.
likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety. It's spooking the birds and beasts. What exactly is going on?
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rerir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of suspicion in people's hearts, seems he's now igniting them. Yehoda's gone in to scout out the situation. She'll be back any minute.
I'm back! I'm back! Oh, it's bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn.
Oh, and literal fire?
Preparing to spawn a wave of monsters, the likes of which we've never seen before.
Wait, hold on. Sorry to put out that fire. I know this is metaphorical of the situation that's going on, but I think we need to put out the fire.
But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis. So they're getting ready to make a run for it.
Okay.
Others are trying to make a quick buck out of this whole mess.
Okay, hold on. people running and people being malicious actors might be the only way our friends are able to get in there and turn off this cannon.
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
I suppose that's the price of living in a place where everybody fights for their own interests.
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. A chaotic situation can bury much wrongdoing.
Yeah. It's pretty terrible that people would take advantage of a situation like this. But as has already been established, this place is pretty cutthroat.
Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit? After all, a gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Yeah, some of them might feel they have nothing to lose. Which I'd say lots, you know. Like, your dignity and reputation if you survive. But, yeah.
Even so.
I know, right?
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that's the only major problem on our plate right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems going on.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation. This must be stopped in a timely manner.
Well, about that, people have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in.
Okay, so it seems like there's not enough people running away or cashing in.
What? I made that thing!
I
They
know.
can't just take it from me!
Yeah.
Let me over there. What are they gonna do? Stop me?
Yeah, I don't stand for this either. But I know we really should have locked the door.
They might, if Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure. For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Yeah. Oh, that's so scary. Little I know.
Possibility high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt.
Agreed.
We will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon.
It's
Oh,
not
you're back.
looking like...
And you have a letter?
It's not looking good for their ability to stop the cannon, considering where it just cut off for us was the cannon looking like it's about to fire up at us.
The Traveler won't make it back in time. So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
I'm sorry, we've made the stakes much higher now, which is if you don't want us to die, you need to stop this cannon right now.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would he go there?
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
Because they don't know what we know yet, which is that Rerir is also going to be there too.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
We're gonna
He's
die.
prepared for the worst.
And we
What is
must
it, Lama?
ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, okay. I said, like, I get this is metaphorical, but why is it also literal? Somebody needs to put this out. Okay, this is not a stealth mission yet. We're just seeing people running away. Go, Llama! Who is setting these fires? This is not helpful. I understand that this is not an orderly place and there's not going to be an orderly evacuation. But you guys can do better than just setting everything on fire on the way
Most of
out.
those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way.
Yeah.
But it won't be so easy from here on out.
Okay.
Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force our way through.
Oh no, okay.
Is that Lady Llama? But are you really her?
Yes, she can prove it. Use your Moonchanter abilities or something. The Wild Hunt would not be able to replicate that.
Ah, it's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, Having lived on Hisi Island for so long, it is not something that anyone else could imitate.
Exactly. The Wild Hunt is an abyssal form. Well, we understand that Rerir can use Kuvaki. I'm not sure the Wild Hunt itself can.
I do, yes. So it really is you, my lady. But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop them.
But...
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene.
Well, there's a big reason now, which is Rerir was probably going to destroy all of Nod-Krai to get whatever it is he wants. We don't even know what he wants after his body is complete. Nobody's safe. But more importantly, just Nama's philosophy of helping everybody.
But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life. It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess just as that life was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives free from this chaos.
Yeah.
Please, have faith in our long-standing friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
Thank you, my lady. Thank you. Please help us.
Okay. The others are not going to be so easy to convince.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me, and to do your part too.
All right, I understand.
Seems we chose the right person for the job. All right, everyone. Let us meet again later.
Sounds good.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some... let's call them friends in high places, shall we?
Sounds good.
Let's go, Yehoda.
Okay. See you again, everyone. That is, if we can.
Don't worry, nobody's dying here. I hope. Okay.
Remember these words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
That was so lovely.
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
You're right, my lady. In times like these, we must rely on ourselves.
Thankfully, she has a power that cannot be replicated by an imposter. Okay, but these are mostly people who believe in the Frostmoon Scions. What is going on there? Leave that guy alone! How do I move? Oh, I can move. Why is it at this angle? It's at this angle so we can read the text. This is so intense. I love when they make the experiences like this.
I always knew something was off about you. You're actually some abyssal creature, aren't you?
Time to teach you a lesson you won't forget.
No! That's showing how crises have the tendency to bring out the worst in some people. I just don't understand this thing where everybody has to set everything on fire as they're leaving. This is not productive. Hello? People are... This is literally like a witch hunt.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here!
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
The thing is, we know there's only one shapeshifter, and they're not here. Nobody else knows that, though. Otherwise, I'd be scared that all of these people could be... Anybody we encounter could be a shapeshifter. We can prove we're not, but they can't prove the same. What? You're all panting. Okay.
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon!
Oh, calm down
The
for a
monsters
second.
you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
You think we had a choice?
They're parting the ways for us,
Destiny
though.
is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
They let us through.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Lauma. Enough. Give her a crown cake.
Maybe not now. We don't have time to eat
Orders
it.
received and immediately deferred.
Yeah.
Departure takes priority.
Please, everyone, listen to me.
Do your thing, Loma. You're such an inspirational person, and just like how you talked to the Frost Moon Scions about the truth of their faith last time, I know you'll be able to convince them this time too.
I will not deny that we hold different beliefs, but in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another. Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives. If your fear is born of helplessness, if you flee because you know not how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost.
She did her deer thing.
I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles steady and unite beneath the same moonlight, no deception or rumors can be concealed from us. Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
Thank you, Lama. It only could have been her that could do this. Thank you so much. No, Cheryl is crying
Let's
around.
go, Enough. This way up.
Here we go. We have Aino and Enough.
This is making me dizzier than I expected.
Oh my
Adjusting
gosh.
route. Make ready.
I was like wondering, can they turn into the Kuhan? They've gotten way more about like wanting to make the experience immersive. Normally, they would just have them become Kuhanki like before. This is way better. Oh gosh, what do I do? What do I do? The button keeps disappearing. Let me click the button that stops them. This is so funny. Oh. Okay, that's done. Got it.
What happened to the path?
It's broken.
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on, come on, come on! And get out of there!
Whoa, nice!
Thanks, Yehoda.
Preparing barrier breakthrough.
Wait, this is so cool.
Brace for impact.
I would have thought they'd just have us be a Kuhanki. The detail of having it be Nefa carrying Aino instead is so... I love the way that they make everything make canonical sense now. Go! You guys could do it! AirPods? Uh-oh. Okay. Yay! I guess if anyone can break through the barrier, it would be the ones who created the barrier.
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here?
Knuckle Duckle? Uh-oh. Wait. What is Knuckle Duckle doing here? How would Knuckle Duckle get all the way over here? Go team!
Sequence initiated.
This must be an easy version of Knuckle Duckle. This was not how it went earlier when I tried to fight Knuckle Duckle. Go, 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 go!
Installation chamber deployed. Ultimatum protocol.
Go, friends!
Interference detected. Entering countermeasure mode.
Oh, there's the little guys. This is so... I mean... I don't recall the last time we had like a boss fight like this in the middle of a town. Whoa. Ah, we almost got them.
This isn't good enough. We gotta hurry.
We gotta repair Knuckle Duckle later.
Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Oh, alright. Let's hit the emergency brake.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki. Damage assessment.
Uh-oh.
incalculable.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Town likely to be blasted skyward.
Sorry, this is a bad time to notice this, but I'm realizing they use the polarity of the Kuvaki to make those buildings float. Like the two forces that repel, because they're both red. That's making the buildings float. That's really cool. I can't believe I didn't notice that before. Too bad I only noticed that when the entire town's on fire.
No, I mean a manual brake, the primitive kind.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that.
I mean, a mechanical brake still uses the same principle as a manual brake. Uh-oh.
We are out of time.
No! Never! Okay, this is really cool. I just don't want to be in the blast radius of it.
All your efforts have been futile. It is too late now.
Uh-oh.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Well, there's nowhere we can run at this point. What is it? Moon? The moon? Okay. Never! What is going on? This? Anefa? No! Anefa! Oh. Guys! What? What is... Anefa! Anefa! Oh, my... No, we can't deal with more crises right now. Please. Oh no. Oh, don't make this look like it's breaking out of an egg. No, blasphemy against death right here. Sonar, they gave him like a Fatui Harbinger. Oh my gosh, are they gonna give all the 5 sinners like a Fatui Harbinger intro? That is so cool. We're gonna die. We're so dead.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I think that's putting that a little lightly. I can't believe we survived. I can't believe we survived. Let's just let that sink in. Now I understand the difference between a manual brake and a mechanical brake. Thank you, Anefa. We were done for without her. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Second, we used the moon power and Flynn's magical fae power. That was enough to withstand a cannon blast. Okay. Okay, that was a lot. I can't believe we lived. Great teamwork, Flynn's. We make a great team. By we, I mean Ether doing his cool thing, as always. But having Rare just walk up to us is like, okay, I think we're about to die.
Sluggish, torpid. This body is a disappointment.
Well, that's... He lost the filter on his voice.
I can barely muster
No!
10% of my original strength.
Okay, hold on, I'll charge it.
You've ruined everything again.
So first we destroyed his heart. Yet his body must live on without it. I assume that took away his strength. Second, we deflected a lot of the cannon. I'm assuming that's the other part of it that he's angry at us for. But he lost the filter on his voice, so that means you're more human than you were before. That's what that means? Is that what that means? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure I expected him to look like this. Like, by that I mean I thought he would just look all bandaged forever. But I guess, yeah, he has his cool outfit too. Why not?
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back, did you?
Looks pretty human. Look, he even got his missing arm back. Yeah, no, he looks pretty angry at us for ruining his plan of completing his body.
What's with him?
This is bad. His presence feels completely different now. He's even stronger than before.
Granddaughter.
Wow, that sounds painful. I'm so sorry that whatever we did had to be so painful. It's just too bad that your plan involved, you know, I don't know, hurting everybody here in Nod-Krai. That really got us not really thinking about your feelings a lot. We'll come back to these names uttered here.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
Matters not. Having a heart. Being human. It's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant.
Okay.
You matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me!
I think he needs to see a therapist. What happened to the purple filter? I think purple filter would still be pretty applicable here. Look, he got most of his body back. But I know, he was going for a complete thing. And I don't want to dismiss the fact that would be pretty devastating. And it's just unfortunately your plan really interferes with it. Your clothes are going through your body. Like more aggressively than for other people. Okay, I think that would make me pretty angry too. I see the problem here. We're angering one of the most dangerous people in all of Teyvat.
Fools. Time to die!
Alright, I guess we die now. We don't actually get to fight him. Okay.
You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge. But the truths you seek are so insipid. How laughable that you should die for their sake.
What are you talking about? What?
You're wrong.
Sandrone! Wait, why would you come here?
To be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world.
What are you doing? Uh-oh. Guys, I really don't think...
the only one who got stronger.
Oh, Polonia! Oh, did you get stronger from the cannon blast too? Or something like that? Yeah, you know... This is really something we needed to test right now. Guys. Go, Polonia! We'll settle our differences later. We have a common enemy! Go, go, go! Yeah, I didn't think. No. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. What?
No, wait! This isn't over!
Okay, I think we just made him angrier. That was so cool. Wait, that was so cool. That was so cool. We almost died. That was so cool. We almost died. Oh! What was it? Columbina! She saved because we asked her to save us when we needed it. And she came through. Thank you so much. Okay, there's a lot to take in from that fight. We've made one of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah very angry. It sounds like he was angry before, and now he's gonna direct his anger towards us. This is the metaphorical version of the horror thing I was talking about earlier, where a slow-moving thing is walking by, and then they detect you, and they turn their head towards you. And they jump at you. That's what we just... Okay, his fighting style was pretty cool, too. He mentioned Vedderfolnir and Rhindaughter. Would that be positive or negative mention? Don't know. Who was the other person I already forgot their name. Who was that? They sound like they were important too. Uh-oh. Is all I can say. Then Sandron appears. Hooray for us! We have a united cause. I'm like, do you really want to test out Polonia's combat powers now? We are dealing with one of the 5 sinners of khaenri'ah who just got all of his power back. Apparently not all of it, that's why he's angry. Most of his... 10% of his full strength back. Which, if that was 10% of his full strength... Uh-oh. Do we really need to test this right now? And I guess, why did she show up? Was she only there to fight Rerir? Surely she was not there to save us. Okay. Thank you, Columbina. We brought friends.
It seems this young lady aided in our escape. You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam. The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency.
That is correct. Oh, talk about a good judge of character.
Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
Aww. Well, you seem like a pretty chill guy. I'm sure Columbina won't mind having you here for a little bit. As opposed to,
Columbina! What did you do that for?
Oh my gosh, okay, I gotta see this.
I studied his abilities inside out. Equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the score.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what that looked like.
But he still broke through, did he not?
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided?
Yeah.
I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever. Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash. But battles just get chaotic.
I feel like we haven't had that many like one-on-one Harbinger interactions. This is really funny. I'm enjoying this. Like, when else? I guess Child and Senora back in Liyue. I mean, yeah, there's Dottore and Scaramouche. I don't really want to think about Dottore and Scaramouche. Anyway, a rare opportunity for us to witness the chaos between the Harbingers.
Oh, so you actually thought you could win?
This is the best thing ever.
Have you been taking care of yourself lately? Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously. Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
This image says it all.
Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues.
Oh yeah, they're looking for her. So, if she is able to bring Columbina in now, the Pale Star Edict is complete. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be that easy.
There's a Fatui warrant out on your head. And don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here and now.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you, that's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again!
Hey, that's not nice. This is clearly the nicest place in all of Nod-Krai.
Come on, Polonia! We're leaving!
Where are you going? You can't get out of here. There's a hole.
Well, anyway, thank you.
Hold on, she should teleport Sandrone out of here. Otherwise, if Sandrone knows the location to this place, she might be obliged to tell the Fatui whether or not she wants to. But on the other hand, she did just give us the moon marrow back, even though it was, in her words, requested by another Harbinger. She just gave it back to us. So, it's pretty clear when the Harbingers don't feel like helping each other out, then they won't. Oh, that was a lovely interaction there. But ignore what she said, Columbina. Thank you for getting us out of that sticky situation. We would have been in a tight spot without you. That was quite unexpected.
I was worried about you, too. Not only because the remains of the Eternal Moon Goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me yourselves.
Aw, it's what we should do.
And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
It's okay. It's not like we really... in hindsight, I don't really know what we were thinking trying to confront Rerer now. We are clearly not equipped for this fight yet.
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please, call me Flintz. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
This is awesome.
Still, what do we do now? Rerer's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now at least. But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
Not to mention, we got teleported out of there, so we're not even going to witness where he wanders off to, or what he does after we've gone.
After you left, I could no longer sense his presence.
Exactly, like where does he go?
That means it's safe out there for now, right?
For now.
A question, if I may, kind Miss Columbina. When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have a hand in that?
No.
I didn't see that, but that's interesting.
I see. Curious.
Oh yeah, the cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check on them.
Thank goodness. So that cannon would have just kept firing at us if Nefa and Aino didn't save us there. And Llama. And Nefer and Yehora are gonna help us out with something too. I just know it. Thank you all to our friends.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you so much.
Go now, all of you. Do not worry.
Thank you.
Okay. My strength still isn't returning.
Oh, it's not good.
It seems my time is running out.
No. Columbina. So even though she's healing right now in Silver Moon Hall, it's not returning her strength? Is that why it's taking so long? That was a lot. There was a lot going on there. Alright. How is it going? All the fires have been put out? Everyone convenes, recounting what happened to them and sharing what they've
Fortunately,
learned.
we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few townspeople were hurt. But the Reikir of Solnari has now gained a complete form, while we still know nothing about his goals.
Well, in his words, it's not complete, but it looks pretty complete to me, yes. Yeah, but he seems pretty angry. And pretty calculating, too. There's no way all of this was just to rebuild his body. This is all to rebuild his body and something else we don't know yet, which is a terrifying thing to not know.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious cuckoosaur into the wild.
Probably worse. Probably worse than that.
I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with cuckoosaurs?
No, we're familiar, Nefa.
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment. If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Yeah.
Is there, still time for me to tender my resignation? Just kidding, just kidding. Don't worry, boss. I know there's no running now.
Plus, I don't think it would weigh. I think it would weigh on her conscience to run away now. I'm just thinking back to Skirk's story quest and how, like, Sertology is like this all-powerful being that can traverse galaxies and universes. Basically, that's how he found Skirk on another world. But then at the same time, at the end of that story quest, just talking with that other guy, and be like, oh yeah, this is what Sertology was like back in those days, when we were all still like living in khaenri'ah and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, that's so weird to talk about him as like a normal person back in the day when he's literally traversing like galaxies, kind of thing. So in a similar vein. I shudder to think about how powerful Rerir would be if he had 100% of his strength. Yeah.
So my cannon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a help.
No.
You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now.
No. This wasn't your fault, I know. Nor was it the cannons. That's right. Just like you said before, the machines have feelings. And if you blame the poor machine for something that wasn't its fault either, it will be sad. Furthermore, we need this cannon. We just need it for legitimate purposes and not whatever just happened here.
That's right. And it still works on
normal Wild Hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
So if the implication now is that the Wild Hunt is an abyssal phenomena that's somewhat created by the fragments of Rerir's body, that means there's still fragments of his body out there. So he's able to get a complete form, but not with all the fragments of his old body, right? Because that's why there's still Wild Hunt out there.
Flints, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Light Keepers. Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
No longer a murder suspect, yay!
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Point taken. I will give that some thought. I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
Yeah, if you wanted that job.
You mean you're being promoted?
He's joking, Paimon.
Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me?
Sure. Where are you going, Llama? And all of our other friends?
There's a certain gentleman I'd like to send off on his final journey.
Okay. Well, much nicer than, as the other lady said, disposing of the body. This is... sending him off is more so what we need to do.
This man was like a lighthouse. Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence. Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic. But I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
Yeah. May he rest in peace. Just like so many in this world where perhaps they didn't appreciate themselves the way they should have in life. Maybe others didn't appreciate them the way they should have in life. It's a regret for all of us to know that they might have had regrets when they passed on. But at least with this send-off here, he can know that his deeds were not forgotten by the world. People remembered, we remembered, and that's not going to be lost. I once heard a tale of a lantern fae.
I've heard that one too.
And I'd like to say the same to him. There's no need to be so fixated on the outcome.
Is that so? Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals, but we will pursue him to the last, even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper. We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Yeah. And may he find that peace. I'm glad to hear that's how you see it.
What are you two talking about? Care to explain?
Not right now, Paimon. I'll tell you when we get back.
Okay.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites. Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be, stay a while and look back upon the world and all its love and hatred, until it closes its eyes in the depths of night and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Thank you. Follow Lunatar? Okay, we can do that. Elegy. Thank you. I think another thing that I suppose doesn't sit well with me is knowing that if the Sosi we met before was actually Rarier disguise, that means we never had the privilege of meeting this man. But all we know is that he was a person of great, like, impeccable character and somebody worth following and a kind soul. And even in trying to mimic him, that's what Rarier had to become. I can only hope then that that just shows how deep of an impression he's left on this world.
Hey, it's Lunatar! Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Oh, okay. That's a lot of people. Okay. Oh, they're all marked here though. That's good to know. How do Flynns get all the way over there? I guess we have some more friends to chat with real quick. Where are we going? To Dory's shop. Where is that? Down here? I don't want to miss anything, but I am getting a little bit tired. But I feel like I've had so much, like, this was so much fun.
What brings you here? Didn't expect to see you around again. And where have you been, huh? Didn't run away or anything, did ya? Oh, of course not. I was simply elsewhere discussing business deals. Indeed, it was all thanks to you that my little store was saved. I am grateful, so grateful.
Okay, you can cut it with the acting now. Yeah, I'm sure you would have an escape route if you really needed.
What? Why, I wasn't acting in the slightest. And didn't I tell you that my prices were reasonable? Oh, but you still turn to that curatorium of secrets, or whatever it is they call it.
Well, they worked out too.
If even regulars such as you abandon ship like this, what can a businesswoman do but take her wares elsewhere?
You're way too wary of the curatorium.
And how should I not be, Running small overseas enterprises is no mean feat. Never mind when such formidable competition exists.
Well, then you might be right that this is the wrong market.
Forget it. Fortune and destiny are as one, so there is no use complaining. It's not as if Nefer did me no favors on account of our common homeland when I first arrived.
Oh?
If anything is to blame, it is the lack of opportunity to have her owe me in turn big time. Now then, should she ever need anything, you make sure, make doubly sure, to inform me first, alright?
Okay. Alright. Chat with, who's next? Nefer! Not that I doubt it, it's just how did she help us out? What did she do to help us out in the final battle? Like I said, I don't doubt that she actually helped us in some way that may not be seen to us yet. I'm just confirming. Where is it? I don't know where I'm going in this place. The joy of being lost and finding your way again. There was a waypoint there. I always feel like that's the case.
Boss, do you remember that thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort should the Curatorium of Secrets put in if we were to work with others again? Is that a 1? Isn't that kinda low?
Guess again.
Wait. You mean 0? But wouldn't we just be slapping our brand on the joint venture and calling it a day? Why even team up at that point?
Yehoda, what I mean to say is that there's neither an upper nor lower limit.
Aw, that's just like you, boss. Always thinking ahead.
So we can expect possible fruitful collaboration in the future.
Wait a minute. That's not an answer at all. Is it? Oh, come on. Just give me a number, boss. Please.
Well, you can decide how much effort you want to put in, depending on how good friends you want to be with us. Okay, we better get through this fast before I start not being able to talk anymore. Oh, I think I was on adrenaline. I had so much energy that whole fight, and as soon as we got back to Nasha Town, I was starting to crash. Which is kind of funny to me, even though that's just how things
Crumb
work.
creation complete. Please, enjoy
Yay!
while it's hot.
Crumb cookies.
Thank you for going to the trouble of remembering that, Miss Inefa. May this taste bear witness to a friendship that will endure forever and a day.
Understood. However, I fear that crumb kakis do not keep for that long. A week at most may pass before their taste deteriorates.
That's not quite what I meant by...
Hello.
Huh? We appear to have some guests.
It's us.
They must have followed the aroma of the crumb kake.
Oh.
It's all right.
It's
Come
not
closer.
us.
Inefa's a friend.
Aww. It's even better friends than us, honestly. Look how cute they are. Aww. I love all the creatures here in Nod-Krai, and I love that Llama is a friend to all the creatures. That is so cool.
Affirmative. In fact, I can devise a cereal omelet based on individual preferences before crushing it into servings to share around.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Aww.
Huh?
What are they saying?
They are discussing your address. They wish to go home with you.
That's so sweet. Inefa may be a robot, but I think she's as human as anybody. Can I teleport here? Nope. Maybe I can. Wait, can I teleport to the heart? I can. Never mind. Oh, this just teleported me to the other waypoint. That's the less helpful waypoint as far as I'm concerned. What is this thing even magneting up? This scrap pile must surely be done. Hello? Friends, where are they? Where are our friends? Ah, they're over here somewhere. Am I seeing this right? I am.
Flins? Don't see you coming around here often. Just feel free to take a look. I'm busy right now.
Well, I've come to visit you, Miss Aino. Here, I've brought some snacks from town in their traditional butter flavor.
Sweets!
So, where should I leave them?
Sweets that haven't been recorded by Inefa, and Inefa isn't here. That looks so delicious. Oh my gosh.
Inefa might hear you. So, what's the occasion? Are you gonna say that the Rat Niki will be taking over all Wild Hunt incidents after that hiccup with the cannon?
If only.
And criticize a genius like yourself on account of results that none of us could anticipate. We would not be that crass.
Sorry, I know. It seems your services will still be needed.
If we really did do that, I dare say we shall never again see technological breakthroughs.
That's true. They are funding Aino's ability to do more research.
Sweet talker.
It gladdens me to have set your heart at ease.
Anyway, what's the matter exactly?
Well, could you help me repair this lantern? I did bring it to Nashatown to get it fixed, but it broke again during our previous battle.
You know, the heart of the Reiki of Solnari being in there and all that.
You want a genius like me to go fix a lantern?
Oh, my apologies. Perhaps this request should be better directed to Miss Inefa. And perhaps the snacks, too.
Oh, he's good.
I mean, I can totally do this, no problem. Wait right there. I'll be done before you can say fix it.
Fix it!
Much obliged, then.
And next time this happens to you, make sure to come to me first, you hear?
Understood. I think he understands. Alright. So, long story short, all of our friends seem to be doing very well. That puts my heart at ease as well, considering a lot happened. Considering a lot happened is the answer there. There's a ladder! Don't mind if I do, even though this ladder seems to be not really helpful. It's pointing the right way for us to go. Thank you, ladder. Okay, here we go. Little Luanatar! We've finished saying bye to all of our friends for now. We are ready to follow you this time. Yay! Go Kuhengi time! Oh, commission. I like this music a lot. Columbina? She left her Silver Moon Hall?
Columbina! What are you doing here? Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me?
I'm just glad you took us up on the offer.
Yeah? But aren't you afraid the Fatui will see you?
Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all. They have more troublesome affairs to deal with.
I see. That's why they've left it to their subordinates. Although, I don't really think any of their subordinates could beat her in a fight, honestly. Rarier, if I had to guess. He's a threat to all who live in Nod-Krai.
Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you feel? Is Nashatown to your liking?
The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people are ill at ease. However... Is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to?
Indeed.
Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried meat?
Well, it's what you were concerned about at the beginning of this act, Paimon.
Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to. There's all sorts of delicious stuff out here that you won't get to try at home.
I mean, remember, she's been in her little cave for a while, so she probably hasn't gotten to try all the delicious, yummy food out here in Nashatown. This is quite a treat for her, and I would be happy to take you out to see it.
You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your mind, perhaps?
Oh, we get to ask her questions! I like when they sometimes do this in Act 2, and... Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm concerned about Rarier. Thank you for telling us about him, by the way.
Into his schemes, I fear. Now that he has donned a shape and form, selling his power short would prove a fatal error. But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania.
Yep, that's what we saw.
I cannot say if that fixation is directed at the moons or at something else.
We will find out soon enough.
Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling him in the future.
Let's talk about the Fatui.
Well, Zandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino...
You know what? This is information we'd never get from anybody else.
Was that not what you were curious about?
Well, Let's put it this way. Once again, nobody else would tell us these things.
Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway.
I see.
And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care.
I can tell you don't care. Do you know what it is, though? Okay, but I'm thinking that's something we're gonna need to find out for ourselves as well. I've been thinking about our spaceship.
I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you, if you wish it so. But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden away.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would have encountered it at Star Sand Shoal, like the 5 times we've been there.
Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you, or from others. And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat.
Yeah, who would hide it? I mean, I'm guessing Lumine might want to hide it so nobody else tries to steal it and salvage it for parts. And she has, clearly, a workforce that could do that for her. Could it be her? Who else would be able to hide the spaceship? Like, I forget who else would want to hide the spaceship. Who else would be able to hide the spaceship? And who else has the motive to do so? But we don't know what forces are at play here. I'm good for now.
I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me.
Yeah.
That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
Wow. After all these years, the sky being fake being relevant to the story. No, the cloud is perfectly covering the moon. The sky takes on a whole different meaning as well, I was gonna say. Celestia over there, whole other meaning. Just what a strange world this all is, isn't it? Alright, there we go. We did it! Where are we going? Where are you taking us?
Interesting.
Interesting? What's interesting?
You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Haha! Right! Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself. The name's Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius.
Hi, Varka. Where were you this whole time? And what are you doing? Doing the same thing I was chiding Sandrone for.
Is this an answer from this world?
Which is... Oh, okay, there's a whole lot. Surely you don't intend to draw the ire of Khaenri'ah all by yourself. Bad idea, I would say. Elegy of Dust and Lamplight. There we go. What else? Arsenal Duck Hunt. I don't even think that has to do with the... I don't even think that had to do with the version that we fought in Nasha Town. Sinner's Descent. In the end, he regained his true, complete form. Elegy of Dust and Lamplight. Now we know who that elegy was for. And it was just as sad. Yeah. Okay. Now we know what our big crisis of Nod-Krai is going to be. I mean, there's so much going on, but definitely all of us should be unified and trying to figure out what is Khaenri'ah here to do and what can we do to stop him, because I highly imagine... Yeah, these are all magnets. This is cool. I highly imagine that we will need to stop him at whatever it is he's doing. Oh, these flowers. These are the metal flowers. And real flowers. Interesting. Lots we learned about. Lots to learn about. The 5 sinners, huh? We're in the era of meeting the 5 sinners. First seeing Granddaughter with the 4 shades, and now with Rerir here. We don't really know what we're up against. I wonder if the presence of one of the 5 sinners is what has drawn Albedo and the Hexen Circle to Nod-Krai. There's so much. There's so much! Alright, but that looks like a good place to end off our episode. I had so much fun with this! We're in such a golden age of... if you're interested in the Genshin lore. And I just was... this was just such like a captivating experience. I had so much fun. I can't wait for us to do this again in another update. But until then, I will see you all soon. Probably doing Aino and Nefa's event next. So, bye everyone. See you next time.